Is it for your...
For the FSD. It's recording the steering wheel and the screen.
Are you about to use it right now? So I have never saw.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be in it for this trip. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, I used to do 90% of the driving in Seattle, and now I just let the car do 90% of the driving in Seattle. Like, it's not perfect by any means, but man, it's gotten really good in Seattle. Like,
so you're not touching
anything.
Oh.
Like, it's
not even stepping.
Nope.
At the bottom? No.
No, I was look down there.
I only have heard, but then I
never experienced it.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the thing is, like, you can watch videos and then just sit there and go, okay, is that editing? Are they taking out the bad parts or whatever? You know what I mean? But to be in the car while it's doing it is definitely a different experience. So it turns on the signal by itself. It's gonna go.
Oh, it was really smooth. Even though it was like orange light.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It'll wait for this car because it can see the blinker. Mm-hmm. So, and now look how it stops right here.
Oh yeah.
Because it knows it doesn't have enough room.
Wow, it's impressive.
Yeah, it's gotten there. It's definitely getting there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Do you have to download like upgrade version? Like,
mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll get. So basically, what'll happen is, it'll every once in a while they'll put a little like download arrow up on the screen up here, and then anytime the car connects to a Wi-Fi, whether that's at a supercharger or my home Wi-Fi or whatever, it'll start downloading the file. And then when it gets it fully downloaded, like if I get home at night, I'll get home at night and I'll get these messages on my phone and it'll go, hey, the car wants to update. Do you want to update? You just go, yes. And then it goes, okay, you won't be able to drive for a while. So whatever, you know, the time frame is or whatever, it'll say like, it'll always say 50 minutes, but it never takes 50 minutes. And so then it just down, you know, updates the thing. And
do you actually feel it's getting better?
Much better. So yeah,
every time.
No, not every time. So I've had it for 4 years. Okay, so I've had it for a very long time. In fact, when I bought my first Tesla, the car wouldn't even, all it would do is on the freeway is adaptive cruise control, right? Lane keeping, speed keeping, distance keeping. When I bought the car, that's all it would do. Let's see how it handles this. Is he gonna wait for this car or go? Goes. Oh, then he waited. So that was still the car. I had my foot hovering. I was like, I hovered my foot just to make sure. And so, and then over to, like, if you handed me the car today and said, you know, take you to your house and don't touch the steering wheel, that would probably freak me out, right? Because just going from zero to the thing. Yeah. But I've been babied through all of the iterations, and so I'm kind of used to it. I drive I ride a lot in the day. You know, I drive about 300 miles a day, and so I kind of know where its problem spots are. So I know what to look for, be ready for, what have you. But when, you know, so we started getting these patches of, oh, now it'll do it on the side streets, but it stops at every light, no matter what color the light is. And so if the light's green, you'd have to push the pedal. And and now now it's going to stop at the lights, and now it's going to start turning on the side streets, and so it's gotten it's they've expanded what it could do, and now when a patch comes out, normally what'll happen is like sometimes a patch will have like 90% good and 10% bad. So like it'll improve over here on something, but something goes backwards. And that happens every time. It's so weird. Like it'll be doing something perfectly, patch comes out, all of a sudden this thing that it was doing perfectly it no longer does. And it's really weird how it does. Yeah, it's a little trade-off. So you get a 90% good, but there was one patch that we got, I don't know, 6-7 months ago or whatever. I was like, this is all trash. Like, can we go back to the prior version? like that one was trash. I was just like, let's go back one, because that was not a forward patch.
It's kind of like a on and off by every update.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the other thing that I've noticed is that we'll get a patch, like for example, like February of last year, we got a patch, and it was a really big, like normally when a patch comes out, it's like I give it incrementals, like it's a 1% or 2%, but we had this patch come out in February of last year, and it was like a 10% jump. So prior to this patch, I had my scorecard at 70%, that the card is operating at 70%. And then that patch came out, and I waited like a month or two, and I'm like, okay, I feel like this is about an 80 percentile now. But normally I would go 70, 71, or 72 on a patch, or maybe back to 71, or 68 on that one, or whatever. But this was, it started to be more human-like, and that particular patch was the first time that AI had written about 90% of the program. And that was the first time that artificial intelligence had been involved in writing the program, and from my understanding, it was about 90% of the programming was written by AI on that patch that came out in February of last year. And so, because they turned on what they call Dojo, Tesla has an AI computer called Dojo that they've turned on. I think it was 2 years ago that they started feeding in. So when I get home at night, my car uploads a buttload of information to the mothership, and so it's taking that data and doing whatever it does with it and whatnot. And so, but I think they turned on their Dojo 2 years ago, and so for a long time, for almost a year, I would have had to have done this driving that we're doing right now, because the car would. So see how this has got a good gap right here? The car would really speed up, and then all of a sudden it gains on it, so then it brakes really hard. It's like this, and it's like, that's not very comfortable for my riders. So I would have to do the driving and stop and go. Like, it was really good for the longest time, then it went backwards, and it was terrible for almost a year that I would have to do this driving, and now it's back to good again. Like, this is a good example of something that was good, got trash, now it's back to good again.
Is the GoPro for the auto driving itself, or is it for like your insurance or?
This is for my insurance, basically. This camera is, because I got this camera for forward and interior, but this camera, like, it can see your knee, and that's it. And then all this camera can see is what you can see there is, so just this stuff right here. Because I had a rider one day here in Seattle, and he goes, you have FSD? Because I was like, yeah. And he goes, I like to watch videos of FSD. He goes, you're making content all day, every day. You should be like making content and posting it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I still have to figure out some things. Like one thing is, like, if I'm going to a house, I want to learn that how to I want to blur this entire side of this screen, so that when I go to your house, like if I'm going to a rider's house, then this whole side of the screen is blurred out. So I've got to learn how to do that. Because the only part that people truly care about is this part right here, right? To see this steering wheel and the blue here, and then see that I'm not touching the steering wheel, and then this will also show the pedals too. And so that's what people truly care about. So I got to figure out how to blur this out. Like I have this really good video that I took in Bellevue, and we're going from an apartment complex to a bar restaurant. So that's cool. So I don't have to worry about blurring anything out, but I'm just using that one as my test one because I don't have to blur anything on that one because there's no information that anybody cares about. And then again, you know, the camera's not facing any of the riders, so cool. And so
are you uploading on like your YouTube channel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're gonna go up on YouTube. I started actually, what I have up there so far is literally it's the YouTube channel is Cyber Uber Driver. Is literally right now all I've been posting is stuff from the Tesla cam, is just people, just stupid things that I see human beings make, you know, and I'm like, my car driving is better than these people, right? And that's kind of my shtick right now, just making shorts of whatever and posting that type of stuff. And then hopefully when I get better at like putting the editing together and blurring and the stuff like that, then I'm going to start making those other videos. I've got a lot of footage, and so like this trip's not even going to get recorded because I never got it to work. And unfortunate because the city part is I never got to turn the power on. The city part is really cool, like how it's knew that car wanted to come over, and then how it knew that there was not enough room for us to fit, so it stopped before the intersection. Like stuff like that I think is going to be good to post, and you know, just stuff like that I think is good to post too. And then the mistakes it makes, like there's a over in Ballard, there's this one corner, and it's done it 3 times now. So it's 2 lanes that turn left, and if it's in the left lane, as it turns left, it turns into the right lane. And not good, right? But the other thing I do is that, so now that I know to watch for that, I actually take over, and then a message comes up on the screen and says, why did you take over? And then I can send up to a 30-second note with the footage, so when they at Tesla get it, there'll be a 30-second note of me saying, hey, the car's turning into the wrong lane. And then ultimately they will fix that, because I had that happen up in Fairwood. It kept on trying to pull into like a bus pullout, and I kept on reporting it, and now it doesn't do it anymore. And so it does learn from you reporting and stuff like that, and taking over and whatnot.
Is this your own company? Is this your company, or this
Yeah. Which card did I give you? Yeah. Yeah, that's mine. Yeah. Yeah, that's mine. That's my cell number. And then yeah, that's and the Cyber Uber Driver is my YouTube channel too. It's the same, spelt exactly like that. And not a lot of videos up on it. I actually just barely started getting in. I created that account like a year ago, because I was going to start doing this like a year ago, and then not until that guy said something. So then I've just been pulling dash cam footage off of the Tesla and posting those videos. But it did a really good job on this trip. It was showing off for you, I guess. Oh, that's for that. That is if you if you go to buy a Tesla, you can use my referral code, and that gives you, depending on the car you buy, you get $1,000 up to $2,500 off of a purchase of a Tesla if you use my code. my opinion, the best bang for the buck is definitely this car, the Tesla Model Y. I had a Model 3 before, and then I've had this one for about a year, a little over a year and 3 months I've had this one. less brain cells, right? Like, if I'm just monitoring to make sure the car doesn't mess up, it's amazing how much processing power we use. By the way, this is a really good corner. There's 5 cars here right now, right? Now, it should go after that one. It should wait for him. It's not going to wait for him. Unless it was timing it, and, you know, I wasn't sure if it was timing it or not, so I hit the brake. I guess I could have waited a little longer, but I didn't want to freak them out. But yeah, it's amazing how much brain power we use to even just do this. Stay on the road, maintain a speed, you know, don't hit the car in front of you. You know, it's just massive amounts of workload. So it's going to slow down because this person's crossing the road. Feel it slow down right now? Because they were crossing the road. Now it'll start speeding up now that they're away. illegal stop. Let's see where it stops at your house. Let's see what it does. Because sometimes it does a really good job of stopping.
It's kind of ambiguous.
Oh, it's gonna park here.
Okay, yeah, that's
Interesting. Good choice.
good, yeah.
That's a good choice. It's out of the road. It's out of the way. Are you gonna stop? Are you gonna stop? Are you happy here? Are you gonna park? You gonna park? No, it really wants to go somewhere. I'll turn it off. All right, my man. Enjoy the rest of your day, huh? You bet.